Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A device designed to prevent injury or accidents. A safe place. He ran to safety. Baseball. The successful act of striking a baseball in such a way that the batter reaches base safely. Contraceptive device consisting of a sheath of thin rubber or latex that is worn over the penis during intercourse. A score in American football. A player is tackled behind his own goal line. The state of being certain that adverse effects will not be caused by some agent under defined conditions. Ensure the safety of the children. A device designed to prevent injury or accidents. The duty of serving as a sentry. He was on guard that night. A precautionary measure warding off impending danger or damage or injury, etc. An insurance policy as a good safeguard. Watch over or shield from danger or harm, protect. Guard my possessions while I'm away. Protect against a challenge or attack. American football. A position on the line of scrimmage. Guards must be good blockers. A military unit serving to protect some place or person. A person who keeps watch over something or someone. A position on a basketball team. A posture of defense in boxing or fencing. Keep your guard up. Take precautions in order to avoid some unwanted consequence. Guard against becoming too friendly with the staff. The person who plays that position on a football team. The left guard was injured on the play. The person who plays the position of guard on a basketball team. To keep watch over. There would be men guarding the horses. A device designed to prevent injury or accidents. A safe place. A shelter from danger or hardship. Something or someone turned to for assistance or security. Took refuge in lying. Act of turning to for assistance. Baseball. The successful act of striking a baseball in such a way that the batter reaches base safely. Contraceptive device consisting of a sheath of thin rubber or latex that is worn over the penis during intercourse. Capable of preventing conception or impregnation. Warding off. The swastika, a very ancient prophylactic symbol occurring among all peoples. Contraceptive device consisting of a sheath of thin rubber or latex that is worn over the penis during intercourse. Remedy that prevents or slows the course of an illness or disease. Preventing or contributing to the prevention of disease. Vaccines or prophylactic. An eraser made of rubber, or of a synthetic material with properties similar to rubber, commonly mounted at one end of a pencil. Coat or impregnate with rubber. Rubberize fabric for raincoats. A waterproof overshoe that protects shoes from water or snow. Any of various synthetic elastic materials whose properties resemble natural rubber. Returned for lack of funds. A rubber check. Contraceptive device consisting of a sheath of thin rubber or latex that is worn over the penis during intercourse. An elastic material obtained from the latex sap of trees, especially trees of the genera Hevea and Ficus, that can be vulcanized and finished into a variety of products. A contest consisting of a series of successive matches between the same sides. He won 3 out of 5 games to take the rubber. Contraceptive device consisting of a sheath of thin rubber or latex that is worn over the penis during intercourse. Financially safe. A ventilated or refrigerated cupboard for securing provisions from pests. Free from danger or the risk of harm. A safe trip. Having reached a base without being put out. The runner was called safe when the baseman dropped the ball. Of an undertaking, secure from risk. Strongbox where valuables can be safely kept. Any clever maneuver. He would stoop to any device to win a point. An emblematic design, especially in heraldry. He was recognized by the device on his shield. An instrumentality invented for a particular purpose. The device is small enough to wear on your wrist. Any ornamental pattern or design, as in embroidery. Something in an artistic work designed to achieve a particular effect. A part of an animal that has a special function or is supplied by a given artery or nerve. A particular geographical region of indefinite boundary, usually serving some special purpose or distinguished by its people or culture or geography. It was a mountainous area. The extent of a two-dimensional surface enclosed within a boundary. The area of a rectangle. A particular environment or walk of life. It was a closed area of employment. A part of a structure having some specific characteristic or function. The spacious cooking area provided plenty of room for servants. A subject of study. It was his area of specialization. The territory occupied by a nation. A politically organized body of people under a single government. The country's largest manufacturer. A particular geographical region of indefinite boundary, usually serving some special purpose or distinguished by its people or culture or geography. Bible country. The people who live in a nation or country. The whole country worshipped him. An area outside of cities and towns. His poetry celebrated the slower pace of life in the country. Drive something violently into a location. He hit his fist on the table. Kill intentionally and with premeditation. Gain points in a game. He hit a home run. A conspicuous success. That song was his first hit and marked the beginning of his career. Hit with a missile from a weapon. Physics. A brief event in which two or more bodies come together. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. We were hit by really bad weather. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. The thermometer hit 100 degrees. Encounter by chance. Cause to experience suddenly. An interesting idea hit her. The act of contacting one thing with another. Repeated hitting raised a large bruise. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. We hit Detroit by noon. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. The car hit a tree. A connection made via the internet to another website. WordNet gets many hits from users worldwide. A dose of a narcotic drug. A murder carried out by an underworld syndicate. It has all the earmarks of a mafia hit. Baseball. A successful stroke in an athletic contest, especially in baseball. He came all the way around on Williams's hit. Cuz to move by striking. Hit a ball. Deal a blow to, either with the hand or with an instrument. He hit her hard in the face. Hit the intended target or goal. Pay unsolicited and usually unwanted sexual attention to. He tries to hit on women in bars. Capable of preventing conception or impregnation. Contraceptive devices and medications. An agent or device intended to prevent conception. 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 Remedy that prevents or slows the course of an illness or disease. The doctor recommended several preventatives. Any obstruction that impedes or is burdensome. Preventing or contributing to the prevention of disease. Tending to prevent or hinder. An agent or device intended to prevent conception. Remedy that prevents or slows the course of an illness or disease. Any obstruction that impedes or is burdensome. Preventing or contributing to the prevention of disease. Preventive medicine. Tending to prevent or hinder. A written form of a musical composition. Parts for different instruments appear on separate staves on large pages. He studied the score of the sonata. A resentment strong enough to justify retaliation. Settling a score. A slight surface cut, especially a notch that is made to keep a tally. Gain points in a game. The home team scored many times. Assign a grade or rank to, according to one's evaluation. Score the SAT essays. Grounds. He tried to blame the victim, but his success on that score was doubtful. Induce to have sex. Did you score last night? A number or letter indicating quality, especially of a student's performance. What was your score on your homework? Make small marks into the surface of. Score the clay before firing it. A seduction culminating in sexual intercourse. Calling his seduction of the girl a score was a typical example of male slang. Make underscoring marks. An amount due, as at a restaurant or bar. Add it to my score and I'll settle later. A number that expresses the accomplishment of a team or an individual in a game or contest. The score was 7-0. A set of 20 members. A score were sent out but only one returned. Get a certain number or letter indicating quality or performance. She scored high on the SAT. The act of scoring in a game or sport. The winning score came with less than a minute left to play. The facts about an actual situation. He didn't know the score. Write a musical score for. The procedure that is varied in order to estimate a variable's effect by comparison with a control condition. Develop a child's or animal's behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Specify as a condition or requirement in a contract or agreement. Make an express demand or provision in an agreement. The state of good health, especially in the phrases in condition, or in shape, or out of condition, or out of shape. A state at a particular time. A condition, or state, of disrepair. Usually plural, a statement of what is required as part of an agreement. The contract set out the conditions of the lease. An assumption on which rests the validity or effect of something else. Information that should be kept in mind when making a decision. A mode of being or form of existence of a person or thing. The human condition. An illness, disease, or other medical problem. A heart condition. Apply conditioner to in order to make smooth and shiny. I condition my hair after washing it. Establish a conditioned response. Put into a better state. He conditions old cars. A state at a particular time. The current status of the arms negotiations. The relative position or standing of things or especially persons in a society. He had the status of a minor. Guard consisting of a locking device that prevents a weapon from being fired. A bolt that cannot be moved from outside the door or gate. An inclined metal frame at the front of a locomotive to clear the track. A barrier that surrounds the wheels of a vehicle to block splashing water or mud. In Britain they call a fender a wing. A cushion-like device that reduces shock due to an impact. A low metal guard to confine falling coals to a hearth. Guard consisting of a locking device that prevents a weapon from being fired. Nautical. A place of refuge, as for a ship. Nautical. A place of refuge, as for a ship. A base hit on which the batter stops safely at second base. A base hit on which the batter stops safely at first base. Used of homologous chromosomes associated in pairs in synapsis. A stand-in for movie stars to perform dangerous stunts. His first job in Hollywood was as a double for Clark Gable. To double the degree. His eyes were double bright. A base hit on which the batter stops safely at second base. He hit a double to deep center field. Make or do or perform again. Consisting of or involving two parts or components usually in pairs. An egg with a double yolk. Having more than one decidedly dissimilar aspects or qualities. A double, or dual, role for an actor. Twice as great or many. Ate a double portion. Raising the stakes in a card game by a factor of 2. I decided his double was a bluff. Bend over or curl up, usually with laughter or pain. He doubled and vomited violently. Having two meanings with intent to deceive. A sly double meaning. Increase twofold. The population doubled within 50 years. Someone who closely resembles a famous person, especially an actor. He could be Gingrich's double. A quantity that is twice as great as another. 36 is the double of 18. Bridge. Make a demand for a card or suit. Do double duty. Serve two purposes or have two functions. She doubles as his wife and secretary. Hit a two-base hit. Large enough for two. A double bed. Used of flowers having more than the usual number of petals in crowded or overlapping arrangements. Double chrysanthemums have many rows of petals and are usually spherical or hemispherical. A base hit on which the batter scores a run. Something that exactly succeeds in achieving its goal. The president's speech was a home run.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.